Hi there, today I am going to show you how to do the directional perm wind. I have my trolley here set up ready. I have already washed my client's hair using the Pro Classic. Okay, so this is a clarifying shampoo for and it helps remove any build-up dirt, any build-up products, and it just makes the hair really clean. Okay, at this time you will not be using any conditioner, okay, because we want the cuticles to stay open, and when you apply the cuticles that will close them down. So I've already sectioned the front part of my head, as you can see. Alright, I am starting at the front. My client at the minute, she's got a side parting. Okay, now if she had a centre parting, then obviously you pop that centre parting in, etc. So wherever that parting is, you can separate it there. Alright, so at this point I'm going to wrap down the side, and then I'm going to wrap down that way. Okay, now I have thoroughly wet my head down, okay, but I am going to apply a little bit more water. Now we have spoke about some different techniques with the book, with the end papers, okay, so I have that to tell you as well. But first of all, I'm just going to say, your perm rod, you don't want your section any wider, but you don't want it too small, and the depth of it, okay, should be no deeper than your perm rod. Alright. So I'm first off going to use the book wrap technique. Now this is where you get your end paper and you wrap it around the hair. Before you pull it up to the root, to the tip, you're going to apply your perm rod. Okay, so it's in the middle, and then with good tension, you're going to pull that so that the ends of your hair is wrapped thoroughly into your papers. Okay. Now, what this will stop happening is it will stop buckled ends, or fish hook ends, okay, and it will keep those ends nice and neat. Okay, so again, I'm going to book wrap that paper around the hair, apply my rod, come down, and then pull, so those ends are completely in the paper, and then with good tension, okay, I'm pulling and I'm over directing it because we want the perm rod to sit on base, okay, and what that will do is it will make the hair curly right from the root. Now once I've got two rods in, I'm just going to apply a perming ladder, and what that will do is that will, one, it will take away that band from the hair, so once you apply the lotion it won't leave any marks, but it will also keep those rods nice and tight. Okay, so again, and at the beginning it might be that you might have to keep checking the width and the depth of your section. Okay, so again I'm just going to double check to make sure that my width is okay and so is my depth. Okay, so this time I'm going to show you the flat wrap technique. Okay, so I'm just going to place paper down the hair. Okay, I'm going to apply the rod. I'm going to pull it up, and once I've got those ends in, I'm then going to wrap. Okay, keeping that tension. Okay, there's a little loose hair there. So I'm just going to again use the flat wrap technique just to get those ends in so they're nice and covered by the paper. Okay. Always keep the hair nice and damp, because it will help with the wind. As soon as it gets too wet, you'll find that the hair will keep falling out, and you'll start using more paper when it's unnecessary. Okay, I'm just going to again book wrap paper around the hair, apply my perm rod, pull until those ends are wrapped nicely in that paper. Okay, I've got good tension as I'm winding down. And again, if you over direct it slightly as you're winding, then your perm rod will sit on base, and that is so that you get curl right from the root. Make sure each section is nice and neat. Okay, you don't want it rough, because your winding will then also it won't wind so well. And each time I put a new one in, I'm just popping that ladder down to keep my rods nice and secure. Okay, when you get to the bottom, even if you've got a little bit left, don't make your last one any bigger. Okay, you need them to be less than the size of your rod. Alright, so I've got one perm ladder in that side. I'm just going to push that down just so it doesn't irritate when it comes to doing the other side. Okay, so I'm just going to turn her around, apply that water. I'm also going to adjust her head. So when I said to you that I don't want your sections rough, okay, if I can point this down to you, okay, this is what I don't want. Okay, I don't want it so you've got sections like so. Alright, your sections need to be nice and neat, like so. Alright, and if you make sure when you use your pink comb, apply gently along the scalp, and that will make sure that your section is nice and neat. If the hair falls out, because the client might have some shaping around the face, they may have a fringe, then you will need to apply a second paper, and I'll explain that to you how to do that now. Okay, make sure all knots are out as well. okay, because that will help keep the perm and the curl nice and even. Okay, so I'm just going to make out that something has fallen out. Okay, so halfway down a piece of hair has fallen out. Okay, so I'm going to get the second paper, I'm going to just lay that over that end, and I'm going to wrap that round. Okay. there you go, there's the front. Okay, so my client has side parting. I've rolled down here, okay, and then across and down to the other side. Alright, so now with the back, I'm going to re-wet the hair down. Then make sure the hair is nice and wet because it will help with your winding. Now because you haven't applied any conditioner, your hair could be get a little tangled, alright? So just make sure that you might want to use a tangling brush or like just your comb. Now it could be that your hair is quite porous, alright? So you can then apply your porosity leveler, okay? Now you would apply this before you start winding, okay? And some do have like a detangler as well on that. Okay. There we go. So obviously through your consultation with your client, you will have found out what kind of curl they would like, what kind of perm they want. And that will determine the pattern that you're going to use. So what I am going to do for the back section is I'm going to first of all just start off to take away this top section here. Okay, so I'm going to pop the rod in here and then I'll possibly split this down into, make it into more of a brick, okay? But again, you can do, it might be that they want the back more spiral effect, so you can do that on a directional.